Loser bracket final time. We are in qualifier number 2 for the Heroes International for North America. And we have a best of 5 with Team PEZ going up against the Anti-Clown Association. A rematch of the winner bracket semifinal, where Team PEZ was victorious initially against the Anti-Clown Association, but then lost in the winner bracket final against the Diamond Hands. Of course, they're hoping for a rematch. They want to go to the grand final. They want to have another chance to qualify for the main event in Miami, for the offline event. But before we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, let's introduce the players real quickly. We got CPX, Pogex on Hanzo, we got Brandon on Anubarak, Porky on Dehaka for the blue team, Ipdings on Lul Nara, and BBJ on Brightwing. Okay, to the right side of the map, the Anti-Clown Association with Kelsey on Greymane. We got God Filth on Falstad, Jude on Lucio, Vince on Varian, and Mason Blaze is playing Urel. As the blue team goes for a sneaky attack right here on the towers. And, oh, yeah, that was nearly a total disaster for ACA. They lost Falstad here, and they're taking even more damage now on that bottom tower. Now, once again, this is obviously all a qualifier for the main event, for the offline event that we have in Miami in the middle of October, 14th to 16th of October. We have a big offline event with $11,000 of prize money. 3 North American teams, 3 European teams, and 2 Korean teams will face off in Miami in an offline environment against each other. It's going to be awesome. Players that get a ticket to the event get their flights played and also the hotels. So it's going to be just great to have everybody in an offline venue again. I'm going to commentate there on site together with Trixler, with Michael Udall. Fan is going to be there too. So you're more than welcome to stop by. If you don't have any additional information about the event, you can check that out on heroesinternational.net. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then feel free to jump down into the video description and have a look at the links that are also there to get direct access to everything. Now, one of the things I also want to highlight real quickly for everybody watching this is that the games will all be live broadcasted on my Twitch channel, so twitch.tv/Khaldor. If you want to mark that down for your calendar, you can do that. And it's going to be streamed at 11 a.m. EST, 11 a.m. local time in Miami. Time conversion, world time buddy. .net or org or whatever it is your friend there, but yeah, you can figure that out for yourself. Big fight already happening for the first camp. Big invade from Team PEZ. They're being aggressive here early on, but they're losing Brightwing. They still get the kill on Greymane at least, so good for them. Varian, of course, with a taunt on level 4, and that's always making things dangerous here. They don't have a root follow-up, but they definitely have a lot of damage that they can drop on the taunt target. In this case, Brightwing was taken out quickly, but Greymane was also eliminated. Now, we have with level 4 also the Eyes in the Dark. Up at the top, we got Porky now up against Mason Blaze, the 2 side laners. We have a global on each side. Oh, nice. Yeah, if not for the burrow, that would have been a bit of a problem. He could have literally died to the tower shots there. But either way, we got Dehaka and we got Falstad, so each team has a global that they can play in the late game. Cursed Hollow, of course. Awesome map. Lot of tactical choices that you can make here around tributes, around bosses. We still have some damage against Dehaka, as God Filth and Mason Blaze were trying to go for a hit but couldn't. Now down to the bottom of the map. Vince is already waiting to see if anybody is approaching here from the sides, which so far isn't really the case. They got Brandon annoying Lucio as best as he can. Brightwing still at the top, but so is Falstad. There's the taunt! And Anubara gets immediately attacked as Greymane is jumping in for some extra damage, but no kill against the cockroach. He's still alive. Dehaka waddling away, getting the tongue. They want the stun, and this could be a kill if they just had Lunara here for the damage. But they are getting it after all. Hanzo with a final hit. Good job. Lulnara also chasing down Urel. First tribute now channeled and grabbed by Dehaka. The blue team gets it, and Dehaka immediately moves towards the top to deal with Falstad. So, 2 kills to 1. First tribute in the hands of the blue team. They're even getting more damage onto the wall at the bottom of the map. Opening it up. Level 7 in their hands. This time again, the choke in pollen. We also have the leeching scarabs for Brandon, and they are attacking the first fort here. Now the red team is catching up too. The Anti-Clown Association obviously pretty determined to make this happen and get revenge for their loss in the winner bracket semi-final. This time it's not a best of 3. This time it is a best of 5. And keep in mind that in the winner bracket semi, when the two teams met for the first time in this tournament, it was a pretty close endeavor. It was a 2-1 victory for Team PEZ, and I think the third map, I believe it was Tomb of the Spider Queen. I think that one went to 32 minutes, 33 minutes or something along those lines. So, yeah, this went down to the wire. Right now, the red team hopes that they can claim victory and then move on to the grand final. But either way, Brightwing at the bot lane, targeted again and dies for the first time. Trashwing dead. There's a quick hit on Varian, though, and he's still able to get away from this. It's a little bit weird to me, honestly, to see that Varian is being picked as the main tank, but we don't have anybody that can lock the target down on the support side. Normally Stukov or Malfurion are two of the picks that you see a lot with Varian, and if not that, then at least Brightwing could get the polymorph. Lucio, of course, helps you a lot with the macro decisions on the map and you rotating around, but it's still limiting the potential to lock a target down properly after a taunt. So, bit of an aggressive move now at the top, as both of the teams were looking for a kill here. Didn't really happen, but here we are. Trying to go for the wall again, and structurally, Team PEZ is doing a fantastic job. They really are. Top lane, nearly losing 2 towers and the wall, same as already happened down at the bottom of the map. Porky! Yeah, the Haka is down. And the wall is dropped too. Nicely done by Godfilth. Absolutely murdering it here. Both teams reached their level 10 abilities. No big surprises. Leaping Strike on Lunara. So when she is getting attacked, she can at least dive around that a bit. They try to go for the boss too. And honestly, that's a very... potentially is a quick boss to take with Hanzo and with Lunara. And if they play their cards right here, they might even be able to either push to the bottom of the map aggressively or try and contest this at the top. Obviously, Greymane is chunking any kind of camp down within seconds as well, but they are still going to be much, much faster. And as you can tell, they are now hoping to take that bottom 4 down, and I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do that. Boss has been taken earlier. They have a little bit of extra time to spare here. Hansa has already moved on to the camp. We have 2 tributes to 1, so with the next one spawning at the bottom of the map, there's a pretty solid chance that Team PEZ locks in a curse now. That would really help them a lot. That fort is forfeit, 100%. So the performance-enhanced Zogs are doing well. And Porky is doing a good job at the top lane to take the minions out, make it a little bit harder for the boss here too. Another camp has been taken. Both teams have claimed their Bruiser camp as it moves through the mid lane. And the boss down here is still pretty healthy. So it's going to make his way probably through that wall too, because the red team will have to contest this. Team Blaze, Maze and Blaze in a bit of trouble. Didn't have to use the ult yet. But this is a curse tribute, a potential curse tribute. So they have to deal with it. The Haka at the top, they're going to save that fort. So structurally, again, they're massively ahead here. Falstad is defending down at the bottom of the map. 1 tower has been taken down. The gate likely going to fall. They're still making the play here. The Haka will have to jump in very quickly. They're getting the cocoon out, gets burned away. The Haka moving in. Everybody's low. There's the gust. That's a lot of ults being used just for that. I think they're just accepting the curse here. There's no way they can contest this any further. I mean, look how low everybody is. So Brightwing is channeling, and that is a keep that they're looking for. Falstad is in the middle of the map. They're moving down to the bottom, even taking the Siege Giants right now. They're definitely aiming for the keep. But damn son, this could get nasty very quickly. There's a lot of potential momentum in favor of Team PEZ. If they can capitalize on this curse, then that bot lane is going to be wide open, and is also going to threaten core later on if they can take that boss again. Durell is at the top trying to defend the fort, but that means that the keep is completely exposed. And they're even looking for kills right now. They're going for Vince. This is a bit of a disaster. Brightwing is pushing the mid lane out too and could always move in to help them if need be, and is now trying to assist as they're going for Varian. Varian dead. The keep is lost, and boy oh boy, 8 minutes in, bot lane control completely claimed by Team PEZ. If they take that boss again here on the left, then it's going to march directly for the core. And they're also, of course, claiming another fort now. So, pretty successful curse. They got 2 main structures here, one of them a keep. And, well, they have a good shot at ending the game if they ever get that boss again. So every single time the boss is up, the red team now has to be super careful around the bottom of the map and has to monitor it. And they only have a single tribute, by the way. So Falstad is now at the bottom of the map. They're going at the top again. Cocoon is already out. They're trying to make a move for June, and that's a kill. Leaping strike, the end of Lucio, but Lunara gets punished for it. Problem is that Falstad is now also in to get stunned once, gets stunned twice, and dies. Hanzo has dropped 2, so it's 2 kills for 2 kills. But the top 4 has nearly been eliminated. It's 5 kills to 5, level 14 to 14. But structurally, Team PEZ has taken a massive step towards a potential victory in game number 1 of the best of 5 series here in the loser bracket final. So yeah, nicely done here. Catapult's already at the bot lane, but only 10 minutes in, so not going to do too much. Porky's in trouble though and gets taunted too. And that is likely a kill. Maybe not. Can they save him? Yeah, BBJ with the phase shift. And they are still keeping everyone alive here. Alright, so good for them. The Haga didn't die. Falstad, he's gonna spend a lot of time at the bot lane now. He's the only global that they have on their side, so he needs to take care of those catapults in the bot lane throughout the game. At the top, they are abandoning the fort, so this one will be destroyed now too. This is, by the way, not only a problem because they lost so many structures right now, but if you look a bit at the experience distribution at this point, we have already on the passive experience gain a pretty big lead for the blue team, and this is only going to increase. I mean, again, it's 3 forts and the keep. That's the difference between the 2 teams here. That's a massive increase in the passive experience gain for Team PEZ. And they are still looking for kills here. They have half a level until 16, but Enubera gets caught and gets killed. But Lunara with big damage. Another hit though, and she dies again. How are they able to keep everybody alive here on the red team? That's actually incredible. 2 kills, 3 kills very likely. Brightwing with another attempted save. Yeah, but they can't get a counter kill, and now Porky goes down. Of course, Hanzo is trying to get some extra damage, but that's 4 kills for the Anti-Clown Association. Well, make it 5. 5-man team wipe. So, that changed things. Yeah, that just happened. The entire team gets wiped just before they're handling level 16. Now there's a half-level lead for the Anti-Clown Association, and they are going to take this boss. Now, again, the reason why they have to do this is because this bad boy would move straight towards their core. So them taking it is not only them taking advantage of the kills that they just got, but also removing a really, really problematic tool from the map for now. But the blue team is going to fight for it. And look how everybody's low on the red team. There's a chance of taking this. And what a fucking disaster for the team in red. They lose everybody here. The arrow YOLO'd out too. Course, by the way, already getting attacked. What a disaster. This might just be game. They were trying and they got murdered. Look at this one. They all played it out around the boss. And the blue team, they just went for it. They said, whatever, we're gonna take it. They took 3 kills, 4 kills. Now they're going for Falstad. He's dead too. 5-man wipe. And just like that, game number 1 is gonna end. 10 kills to 10. Team PEZ takes the lead. A 1-0 in the best of 5 here in the losers bracket final of qualifier number 2 for North America for the Heroes International. GG. Well done.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, the 1-0 lead after the victory on Cursed Hollow. Team PEZ has taken it. Yeah, well, Anti-Clown Association trying to take the bottom boss since they realized that they were threatened on the core if it's taken by the blue team at some point. but they underestimated the death timers a little bit. This early in the game, after they had the 5-man wipe, the heroes respawned pretty quickly and were just able to go into the team fight. Could have been played out a little bit better. Don't think they expected that much resistance. They probably thought they could just claim it. But Team PEZ with aggressive strategy once again. Now, to be fair, if it backfires and they lose the battle on the boss, then they are falling farther and farther behind. But it worked out for them, and now they have the lead in this series as we are heading into Sky Temple. It seems like Team PEZ really likes to play on Sky Temple. Second time that they chose the map. They're playing this with Rexa this time. So we got Rexa and Johanna at the front line for the blue team. Going up against Maiev, Muradin, and Dehaka in their melee battle. Karazim representing the Baldies here. But with God Filth on Maiev, there's obviously a lot of CC right now for Team ACA. They got Maiev, they got the stuns on Muradin, they got the Tong on Dehaka, the slows from Lunara. So a lot of really good tools for ACA if they can get the CC connected, and they're already starting to do exactly that as they're getting a kill on Rexa. So Rexa is down. Rexa has been eliminated. First blood for ACA, the Anti-Clown Association, apparently done with clowning around here and trying to go for the quick lead in the early game. With talents, we have, by the way, now the Flare for a little bit more vision from Rexa. Down to the bot lane, Kelsia is still jumping around, Brandon is doing his thing. Everybody is attempting to maintain lane control, take their own camps. Don't think we're going to get the Bruiser camp right away, but, well, Junker is on the way on this one. So, yep, off we go. But with this, the first shrine is obvious, or the first temple are going to be announced soon, as usual. We are very likely going to have a battle for the boss here eventually. And when it comes to the boss battle, Falstad is going to play a big role here with the Gust that he can use. And, well, Rexa is having a problem. Porky! Que pasa? He's starting to struggle, and BBJ has to jump in to help him out again. At least this time they were able to keep him alive. But still, this is already showcasing... I mean, let's put it like this. He shouldn't go for Animal Husbandry on level 4. It's probably the best way to put this. So instead, we have him with the Hunter-Gatherer. Brightwing is spinning around the map again with the magic spit here. Lulnara with the Nature's Culling. And, yep, Muradin with the Sledgehammer. So, camps are taken. Both teams moving straight for the Bruiser camps. Objective is going to be announced in another 10 seconds, and then we're going to fight for the first few shots here. Nice, they're trying to go for God Filth. And it's continuous attacks against Rexa. They don't like him. Rexa, the man with the mask, on Batman, is just sitting there, but they don't believe him apparently. So, yep, they are attacking him time and time again. But that's also true for Lulnara. Kelsey is in trouble. Oh, not even close. 20 hit points on Lunara. Yeah, that could have been a bit of a problem. That was nearly a kill. But Lunara gets out, and Falstad is still at the bottom of the map. The two globals are the ones that are controlling the side lanes now. They are the ones that can always jump into the team fight once that the two shrines are up on the map and they're going for it. So here we are. Porky is up at the top. We already got Rexa starting to take a couple of shots here. Obviously kind of nice. I mean, honestly, if this is an animal abuse, then I don't know what is. I mean, he's literally sitting at the side here and just sending Misha into harm's way. That's not cool in my book. That's absolutely not cool. So Porky has been reported. Peter has been informed. The red team has taken over control in the middle of the map as they're getting their own shots now fired. Level 7 talents kicking in as we speak. And here we are. We have on level 7 the Boomerang. We also got the Conviction. And here comes the Skullcracker for Muradin. But it seems that both teams are totally happy to just exchange temples. So while the top lane has been completely controlled by the blue team and they nearly took the fort down, the same has happened more or less in the middle of the map. So, well, there it is. A little bit more damage done here. Guess who's back? Dehaka. They're trying to go for Porky again. And can Brightwing save the day? No, apparently not. Brightwing says, yeah, fuck it. He's gonna die anyways. So the man with the mask has been eliminated. And Rexa is down. Now, instead they went for the bot lane attack, and they did structural damage here. So honestly, I don't mind that at all. You lose a hero, but you're able to take an entire wall down. On this map in particular, that's a bit of a win. So, good for them. Now we got 2 kills to 0, still level 8 versus level 8. But with the death timer being this low, I absolutely understand that they didn't go for the save on Rexa and instead just destroyed the wall. Because, again, you take structures down on Sky Temple against your opponent, any kind of even trade with the opponent's team on the objective is going to be a massive victory for you. Jojo getting a little bit attacked here. I gotta say that the Haka has really done a great job with those tongues. One connect after another. Attempted invade now by the Anti-Clown Association, but they couldn't steal the camp. So now we have a half-level lead, not quite for ACA. Don't really think it's going to play too big of a role during the objective. Fawcett is now at the top lane and should be able to get enough experience for them. Siege Giants have immediately been taken apart, so nothing there. And they're going again for Porky. Porky is very popular today. Very popular, especially when he plays Rexa, as it seems. So yeah, they like Rexa. Well, they also seem to like CPX. Junkrat gets attacked. Still able to get out. Both teams with level 10, by the way, for the next objective. And it's still fairly close. There's a bit of an advantage for Team PEZ, but it's nothing crazy. The disc for Maiev. We got again the Leaping Strike, Blessed Shield this time. The Boars are about to be unleashed by Porky in the battle. And the Haka and Falstad are both at the top. A little dance here before they jump down to the bottom of the map to try and help out here. But yeah, already the pressure. This map changed a little bit in the way that it's played, because previously when the fountains were still independent from the forts, you would always aim to take the fountain down at the bot lane and would heavily commit to that before the second objective spawned down here, so that you had an advantage over all of this. But as it stands right now, you have to take the fort down, so that has obviously not happened. Talking about taking things down, Karazim has been taken down a notch, but they couldn't kill June. So June is able to get away. Use the 7-sided to buy himself a little bit more time. Dashes out. Falstad is now flying in. But the blue team is taking control over the bottom shrine, over the bottom temple, and is now threatening the bottom fort. So they are doing very well here. Doesn't really seem like the Anti-Clown Association is willing to engage just now. They are rotating back in though, and here comes the Haka. Finally they're engaging. Porky is again the center of attention. He dies, so does Misha. Both of them dropped, but we have also a kill against Maiev, so it's a kill for a kill, and they're not done yet. They're going for the birdie, and it's chicken time. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. The birdie ends up in the KFC basket, and the spicy chicken has been destroyed. 7-sided again for June. Once again back. Soaking a few more shots. But this is definitely starting to become a little bit worrisome. Yeah, they're falling a bit behind. It's nothing crazy yet, but the blue team still with a slight advantage. Already the ping at the top, they really want that fort. I mean, once you take it down, catapults are slowly starting to pressure, and you also get the passive experience gains that they're currently missing out on. So, something to keep in mind. And yeah, Jojo's already on their way. And they are rotating too late. With them trying to go for the Siege Giants here and also for the camp on the right, this is likely gonna fall now. If they can just escort this in just a tiny little bit, nah, they are able to stop it. Alright. Yeah, so they're able to stop it. No range damage. I really thought that somebody might get a little bit closer to this, but it didn't happen. 4 kills to 1. So when it comes to kills, the red team doing a lot better here, but it's still 13 versus 13. Blessed Hammer. And yep, down to the bottom of the map. Siege Giants again eliminated before they can get close enough to do any structural damage. But their own get now escorted in. And it's not only the top 4 that is problematic for ACA, it's the bottom 4 too. The Haka says hello. And there's the polymorph already. But they definitely need a little bit more than only the Haka to save that bottom 4. And that's where Karazim comes into play. Says hello too. Top side still continues. Yeah, that was still a bruiser camp that had to be dealt with. And not only that, Tether again from Maiev, Kelsia, and they're gonna get Misha. Ah, or not. Well, look at that. She barely made it, but Misha is still alive. Alright, down here at the bot lane, we still have a bit more damage on the fort. Nothing to write home about though. And with now Tempest activating at the bottom and the top lane, well, technically, at least, it could get both just with that. 20,000 damage for Maiev. Top damage in the game. Yeah. Oh. Unleash the Boars on Lunara alone? Really? I mean, okay. Porky with some interesting strategies here. Losing Misha too. We reported him already, didn't we? I mean, that's a yellow card if I've ever seen one. So, yeah. Now we got the bot lane control established by Vince for just a second. He at least got a few shots for the team. They have a chance to bring this back now. Lunara is already taking control over the top lane, and Dehaka is threatening Porky again. I don't think they can get a kill here, but that means that at the bottom of the map, we have only 3 heroes for the red team, and immediately Team PEZ is starting to take over the shots. So the first fort has been destroyed. In the middle of the map, there's a minion wave that has to be dealt with too, or they could have some problem here as well. 16 isn't ready yet, but yeah, this is starting to get a bit wild, because now in the middle of the map, another one is about to go down. To be fair though, Anti-Clown Association is very likely going to be able to do the exact same thing. Take the one in the top lane, and then the shots will drop the one in the middle too. So a lot of structures being destroyed right now. Mid lane fort is nearly gone. Boom up at the top, by the way. This is a meme. Only 1 hit left. Boss, of course, up and has been for a long time. But nobody has made a move for it yet. I think eventually we're going to see the fight there, as we usually do. But Brightwing barely jumping out. So yeah, 60 talents are going to be available for both teams. Again, there's no real advantage here. It's 4 kills to 1, and of course it looks good on paper, but the experience gain that they got through this is minimal. So with level 16, we now got the Stone Form in, more survivability for Muradin, has also committed to Avatar here. We have, with level 16 for the opponent's team, a little bit of cooldown reduction kicking in now too. So Iptings went into the Flow Rider and then into the Airy Gust. So all trying to make sure that they're playing around the trade a bit more. In addition to that, the whole renewal for cooldown reduction and some health increase. And well, they try for Lunara, they can't get her. But the fight continues while Dehaka is sitting at the top left. She comes out and Karazim is dead. Karazim goes down. Nicely done. And here we are. They go for the boss. Okay, so it's a 5 versus 4 and they YOLO for it. We have top side damage still done, but yeah, boss should be worth it. Vince is not going to move in for this. I hope. I mean, no. There's no way. No. Okay, so the boss is giving up. 12 minutes in. Gonna do some damage. Question is always how much. They lost nearly a tower at the top. But now the temples are active too. So you gotta defend the boss, you gotta deal with the temples a little bit. Brightwing is pushing this out a bit further. I honestly would really love for them to also take the wall down so that they eliminate... Yeah, thank you. The vision. Thanks a lot. And, well, let's see. Can they take advantage of this? Porky in the middle. Yeah, boss at the bottom, still doing work. And the more damage they can do to those walls, the more effective those temples are going to be. But there's nobody dealing with the bottom right now. So they can't capture this, but they at least get a few shots thanks to Misha in the mid lane. And the same is now true for the bottom as well. It's not only the boss, by the way, that the red team has to deal with. They also have to deal with the siege giants. So, yep, another 4 down. And the structural advantage that we're seeing for the blue team continues. They're threatening the first keep of the game. And I would be shocked if they don't get this one. I mean, even the siege giants have been doing some damage. Unless somebody starts to contest the bottom temple, this is going to be the first keep of the game that falls here. Now, there's a bit of damage done in the middle, but since they still have to go through the entire wall, there's no chance for ACA to get the shots in. So, yep, down it goes. First one taken down. Now they're starting to work on the gate and the wall in the middle. Anti-Cloud Association still playing around the mid lane here. It's a little bit of a slower game just in general, I want to say. We got 6 kills, yes, but most of them in the same fight. And as it stands now, a lot of the teams are really focusing heavily on the temples in an attempt to get the structural damage done. Especially now that the forts are already out of the game. Riptire, can they go for Karazim? Nah. Karazim with a 7-sided. But a lot of these 7-sideds were, of course, intended to just focus on a single target after, let's say, a good tether from IF, but that hasn't really happened yet. So the boars are getting unleashed too. Not really that successful, but they want to go for Vince. They might be able to get the avatar to him. No, Gust has been used, Disc has missed. And the worst actor in the universe, Rexa, has again tried to feign his death, which nobody fell for, but he at least saved himself. Misha going down though. It's an unbearable situation here for Rexa as Misha falls again. She was trying to claw her way out of this one, But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, she couldn't bear it any longer and succumbed to the aggression here from the Anti-Clown Association. But yeah. Rexa, in the meantime, he's not too worried. He's having a bear claw. And now that she's back, he's going to be happy too. But yeah, so level 20 kicking in just another moment for both of them. But with the Haka controlling the bot lane, at least the global is being put to some good use. And yeah, there it is. Level 20. Vengeance. And what else? Muradin with a double hop. Ooh, spray game on point. I like it. Not used often enough, but at least there's potential. So we have the upgrade for Falstad, heading straight into the wind tunnel. We also get the invisible friends once again. And yep, it's a single altar, single shrine, single temple, whatever you want to call it. The boss, by the way, back up in a minute and a half. So yeah, that will be probably the most interesting one for now. Kerosene went into the Epiphany, by the way. And also we got the intensifying toxin here. But this is a big one now. So this fight is going to be super interesting, because if the blue team wins it, there's a second keep that's on the menu. They have taken the wall down more or less, so there's definitely a chance for them here. The Haka comes in, tries to get the drag, and misses it. CPX still fine here as the red team is herded back. Yeah. The boars get unleashed. The Haka gets a few more shots for them. There's siege giants at the bot lane now too. Boss will be up after this is all over. And Misha dies again. Rexa, I mean, he sends her to her death over and over and over again. Just zero respect for this. Yeah. And at least a few more shots taken now by Jojo. Reptile, focus, and Muradin heads out. Yeah, there's the Mighty Gust as they're going for a wind tunnel move, but they couldn't isolate anybody well enough. They are in a really good spot though when they are taking control now, because everybody's low on the red team. And the shots are fired, and well, that is going to be the end of the mid keep if this continues. Definitely enough shots left on this one. The Hakas rotated down to the bottom of the map to deal with the siege giants and the catapults, but they are losing more and more ground here. So keep number 2 also gone in a moment. As the shots come in, which leaves only a single keep at the top for the red team. So ACA is, yeah, it's rather low right now. They are in a pretty dire spot, because if they lose map number 2 as well, it would of course mean that they have to pull off a reverse sweep in order to make it to the grand final and have a shot to qualify through the second qualifier for the Heroes International in Miami. And this is going to be a pretty uphill battle for them. But with a good team fight, they might still be able to bring this back. And this is where, again, the boss comes into play. You might, at some point, just go full YOLO. And this is also why we're seeing them just centering around the boss. They have to at least watch this. So, eventually, ACA might be forced to go for the boss and just YOLO it. It's one of those Hail Mary moves where you know that you're going to die a slow and painful death if you don't do it, but you're forcing a team fight around it, and you're pretty much putting all your eggs in one basket and say, hey, if you're winning this one, then we can come back. If you're losing it, then yeah, whatever. So they are already just taking position around it. I don't think they... I mean, again, they have to go for it. I don't think there's any other choice. With 2 temples coming up, you can't control both of them. That's just not happening. So you will have to go for the boss, I'd say. I like it. It's a cool one too. Yeah, this is definitely a good one. Yeah, but they are also... Ooh, careful. They of course are hoping for a kill here, but they can't get it. Now as time passes, we have already the temples activated, or at least announced. And Muradin takes some damage too. They're all hoping for that one big team fight. Ideally want to force it without having to fight the boss as well. But it's getting more difficult for them now. Siege Giants, this is where they're going to try and take their stand. Muradin jumping in. My F is already low. This is not a good spot for ACA. But they kill Jojo. They get Jojo. There's the wind tunnel. They're still trying to claim that Godfilth is alive. And they take the siege. No! The blue team has taken them. Misha has claimed the siege giants. And they're all so low that they have to retreat here. They won't be able to go for the boss either, because they're way too low. They just don't have the sustain here right now. 5 kills to 2. ACA is behind despite them having a 3-kill lead over the opponent's team. Falstead and Brightwing, they're pushing the bot lane out with 2 catapults and 2 siege giants. The Haka will have to deal with this. The temples are up. Shots can be claimed now. And again, only a single keep. That's all that's left for the red team. So we'll see a few more shots fired. If the Haka is the only one at the bottom of the map, then Falstead and Brightwing are going to make his miserable time for him. But yeah, 12 seconds until Jojo is back. They go for Rexa. Feign death to dodge out on the 7-sided. But yeah, he's going to die here, isn't he? No! Wait, what? There's the wind tunnel. Don't tell me they win the 4 versus 5. The Haka is defending. He has to defend, so it's technically a 4 versus 4. Everybody low on the red team. There's still 2 temples up. The Haka had to make sure that they're not losing too much on the core here. The shield wasn't even scratched, but now Johanna is back and is starting to take the middle. And shots are going to be fired. The top keep is going to be in trouble soon, TM. Time is running out for the Anti-Clown Association. What a weird battle. What a weird endgame here in general. 5 versus 4 advantage for ACA, and they just can't do anything around it because they were too low. They couldn't even go for the boss. If they had full hit points and mana, they would have definitely made that move. Now it's an attack against Maiev. Misha is dead again. More news at 11. What else is new? 6 kills to 2. They are still poking this, and the top is slowly falling, but no, wins. Blessed Shield, by the way, didn't hit anything either. Was trying to use it here and lock them down, but that didn't happen. Red team also getting a couple of shots fired. The keep in the mid lane is nearly destroyed on the blue team side, so that's the one thing they have. June with another 7-sided strike that doesn't hit anything. And as the keep is still in play, the top lane has now taken damage. So more and more ground lost. Catapults pushing to the bot lane. Catapults pushing in the middle. We are already 21, 22 minutes into all of this. Yeah, this is not good for ACA. Again, YOLO is all they can do though. They gotta go full Leroy on this one. It's a Hail Mary, it has to be. I mean, you're losing that top keep. You can't afford that if you... I mean, they gotta force the fight. And that's what they're trying to do. It's the only chance they have. And again, it's a desperate attempt, but it's the only thing that's left to them. The only choice. Eventually, they're gonna lose the game if they are not winning a team fight. So they're trying to force that team fight. Brandon moves out the isolated Mirrodin, though, and he is dead. Mirrodin is down. Catapults, 3 of them are pushing through the bot lane. We have catapults in the middle of the map as well. The temple at the top is still up. The boss is up too. BBJ gets a few more shots that will eliminate the keep. And now the core is taking damage on the shield as the catapults are pushing for it. They're trying for the kills. They can't make it happen. God Filth is low. Jumping out. June, Polymorph is able to dash out, but Maiev is dead. And so are the hopes and dreams of the Anti-Clown Association in game number 2 of this best of 5. Ipdings with another barrel roll. He gets Lunara. She's down. And that is checkmate right here and now. Only the Haka still alive for the red team. 6 kills to 6 at the end of the game. 60,000 damage for Lunara. 71,000 for Junkrat. A 2-0 lead in the best of 5 for Team PEZ. The losers bracket final, big opportunity now for the blue team to move to the grand final, and the Anti-Clown Association has to pull off a reverse sweep. Match point, game number 3. Here we are, everybody. We got CPX on Lunara, we got Porky on Zeratul, this time with the Cleave build. Brandon is playing Johanna for the blue team. Ipdings on Tyrael and BBJ with Brightwing. Yep, Brightwing. Honestly, at some point they gotta ban it out against him. Right now we have for the red team, for the Anti-Clown Association, in their attempt to make a reverse sweep happen, Kelsia on Junkrat, got Filth on Genji, and June on Anduin. So we had the Light Bomb engage with Genji. They got the combo here with Mason Blaze on the Haka. And, well, we got Vince on Nubarak. Okay, so, as it stands, we have, with regards to talents, the Ardent Restoration, obviously, for Tyrael. He's not the main tank, that's Jojo, which means that Tyrael is likely going to go into more of an assassin mode, with Judgment being used as well. At least we can assume so for the time being. Lunara is already doing some work at the bottom of the map. Towers of Doom being the third map here. It's definitely going to make this quite interesting. We got a global for the red team, so they have a bit of an opportunity to control the top lane later out on the game and push for the bell tower conversion here. But already pushing for kills is the team in blue. PEZ wants to continue where they left off on map number 2, but they can't solidify the kill. They can't get the last few hits in. Should be an interesting game though, especially once that level 10 ability is hit and the combos get unleashed. With Anduin plus the Genji engaged, they can of course make quite a few light bomb plays here, 2 into the back line, and maybe get a kill on someone like Lunara or Brightwing. But it's going to be a tough one for Ender Clown Association when we're talking about the series in general. This is a loser bracket final. If you lose here, you're out of the second qualifier and have to try again in the last chance qualifier. The blue team obviously is just one single map win away from making it to the grand final of this qualifier and having a chance to go up against Diamond Hands again. Go for revenge. So yeah, they're gonna try that. But first they gotta go through the Ender Clown Association again. They have 2-0, but they're also losing one of their camps. So more of an aggressive stance this time by the red team, as they're stealing away the opponent's pumpkins, and they took their own 2, which means that now 6 are moving through the bot lane. Did some damage to the wall, took one of the towers down as well. The Haka still at the top with Brightwing, but a lot of poke happening down here. And here's the level 10, level 4 for Boars. I was about to say level 10. I'm like, yeah, it would be a little bit early for that. Cleave build continues. And as expected, there's the Divine Vigor. We got the Art and Restoration. Brightwing spitting around. And yeah, they are very aggressive right now. And Zeratul talking about being aggressive. Porky nearly getting murdered there, but BBJ once again helping him out a little bit. So down to the mid lane. We still have... I mean, again, at the end of the day, they're just trying to go for a couple of sneaky kills. There's always an engage happening with someone like a Nubarak or maybe even Zeratul moving in. If you have Brightwing and Zeratul, that you can oftentimes just get the 2 of them involved into a fight, turn it into a 1v3 pretty quickly with Brightwing dropping a polymorph. But it's all about the objective, of course, and the team's trying to get to level 10 first before we're seeing any serious commitments. There's no Sylvanas here, there's no Greyman, there's very few heroes that can massively pressure structures, maybe Lunara a little bit, and also the extended range poke from Junkrat with the grenades, but it will slow down a bit. Brightwing is already getting a very early channel here on the first altar, so 4 shots have been fired. At the bottom of the map, the third altar is the one that normally gets fought over by the teams the most, and yeah, it's kind of what's happening here, of course, too. So they're trying to create a little bit of space. Brightwing attacked in the mid lane, but they can't go for here. Zeratul is also there. So this could be a bit of a long and drawn out battle for the bot lane. We'll see how much they're committing. Zeratul is at the top now, so we have him in this case with a Wormhole on level 7. Again, the choking Pollen. Conviction is in, and Tyrael continues the playstyle with Purge Evil on level 7, following up on the level 4 with this one. But yep, here we are. With that, we got the continuous plating as well. Yeah, but they are delaying this one at the bot lane quite a bit, so there's always an interrupt happening. There's a lot of tools, of course, for it too. I mean, on the one hand, you got Junkrat, on the other one, you got, for example, the shield glare of Jojo that can, from a distance, interrupt very easily. You got Tyrael 2 showcasing that as we speak. That is going to take a while, probably. Yeah, I don't see anybody getting that altar unless one of the teams allows it to happen. Nobody is making any moves to commit with all 5 heroes. I mean, there's of course always the chance for the Ender Clown Association to simply rotate the Haka in, turn it into 5 versus 4 for a couple of seconds before Zeratul has a chance to move over and then do his thing. But they're not really willing to do that just yet. Zeratul is trying to go for the camp too. Once that the Haka sniffs that out, it'll be interesting to see how they are reacting on this. But yep. 36 points on each side for now. And again, they're getting closer and closer to level 10. And normally that's something that you see with the second altar phase, and not necessarily on the first one. Brightwing is now assisting at the top, so Zeratul and Brightwing are still trying to get this one. And got Filth is here too, so the red team is going to sneak it. Yep, And at the bottom of the map, it's still a 3 versus 3. Yeah, it sucks a little bit. If you're Zeratul and you go in and you take the camp and you do all the work, and then all of a sudden there's a few heroes on the other team moving in and stealing it away from you. That kind of sucks, but at least they got the shots. So 36 to 32 at level 9. So that's the one little reward that they get. But they lose Zeratul. First blood in the game. Anti-Clown Association. Applause, applause. They are taking the lead on kills. They get the first blood. And a bit of momentum here for them, at least on the team fights. And they're gonna try and continue that. Probably with level 10 right away, since the light bomb engage from Anduin could help them. Even with a small gap. So yeah, here we are already. The X-Strike is in. Big... Oh, Tyrael! Nope, not quite happening. He is able to get out. Anduin and Genji, they're trying, but we also have a Void Prison. Alright, this is gonna get wild. Cocoon immediately on Tyrael before he can get the sanctification, the judgment into play. But he gets it anyways on an Uberak, and that's a kill. Bit of a wild battle here. So not only did we get our Cocoon against Tyrael to prevent the judgment from being used in the first place, but initially it was the Void Prison that set all of this up, as Anduin wanted to come in with his light bomb, and of course Genji executing it. So a lot of stuns now. We got Judgment, we got the Blessed Shield, we got Polymorph still, a little bit of slow from Lunara. And they are trying to get aggressive at the bottom of the map now. So top side, Zeratul still on the pleb horse here. Porky, again, I'm disappointed. I want the money pick. Has to be a thing. You're Porky on the piggy. And here we are. So, now we got a double altar coming up. Normally it's an even exchange. Each team takes one. Kill for a kill, no real conversion threats on the bell towers yet. None of them have taken any serious damage. After initially the bottom camp was claimed by the red team, now it seems that the blue team is at least going to try to take their own. Yeah, I guess Porky is going to be interrupted, but that's also a lot of heroes that are committed to the top lane defense, or to the defense around those altars, and the blue team has now sent a few over as well, so even exchange in shots fired. Lunara is able to claim the camp. Nobody's trying to invade here. Actually, it's not quite true. Genji, yeah, he didn't want to just swift strike into this. Can't blame him for that, so he just checks out what's going on here. Nobody can be aggressive around the camp, but this is actually an interesting one. With the X-Strike, he's able to save himself, but since Lunara started to commit to the Leaping Strike, that could have been a problem. Brightwing, talking about problems, gets Cocoon. They want to go for the stun here. Light Bomb engage onto Lunara, and Bambi is dead. So is Brightwing. That judgment came a little bit too late to have a real impact in the team fight, so 2 more kills for the Anti-Clown Association. 3 kills to 1, and an early level 13 for ACA. Small window, not really big enough to make a play with a talent advantage. But yeah, they are still pressuring the bot lane and starting to poke down the hit points on the bell tower. So they gain some momentum here. Slowly and steadily they're making their moves. With level 13 we now got the spell shield for Zeratul, and we also have the abolish magic for Lunara. All trying for more survivability here, as Porky is waiting in the shadows, giving the team some scouting information. Tyrael doesn't have another judgment for 20 seconds. So, yep. Ipdings just rocking it out here. But at the top, it's Brightwing against Dehaka. A bit of an uneven battle between the two of them here. So, yep, Mason Blaze is moving back down into the middle. And we have a single altar. So, it's very heavily focused on your objectives for now. Once the death timers increase, teams will try to capitalize a bit more on those isolated kills that they're getting. And talking about isolated kills, there might be another one headed our way. Yeah, Brightwing about to move in. No, has cancelled it. So Brandon was able to move out without getting an assist here. But the altar is now on the map. So Dehaka and Brightwing have to eventually make an engage. Oh, that was well done. Able to get away before the light bomb connects and stuns the target out. Yeah, 3 heroes hit with a Void Prison. They're trying for a kill. Judgment! And Anubarak is alive. Still alive and kicking. Nearly fell, but they somehow still saved him. Porky, talking about saving people. 50 hit points on Zeratul as he moves out of the fight. That could have been another kill for them. But both teams not able to get another kill as they are both fighting for the altar here. Again, this is the tournament live for the Underclown Association on the line. They need to somehow try and get the kills, make a comeback happen. The first step towards a reverse sweep would be a victory on Towers of Doom. So if they can pull it off or not, that's the big question here. They have a small lead in this game. Kill advantage, experience advantage, and they're a little bit ahead also on structural damage. But when it comes to core points, both teams are sitting at 28 right now with the altar that was just channeled a second ago. So, yeah, it is a slow-paced game. They all know what's on the line here. And especially ACA has to be very careful when they make their moves. When they pull the trigger, it has to be worth it. And here they are again. They get the stun. They want to go for Lunara, but she's able to jump out. Nice. Lunara still alive, but they're turning their attention to Tyrael. Blessed Shield to buy him a little bit of time. And also the Condemn used again. Zeratul isn't here yet. Lot of ults blown. I mean, literally every single ult got blown in this fight by ACA. And they could not get a kill. So we still have Judgment up for Tyrael. If he sees a chance, he might just go for it. Porky able to get out? Or is he? Has to commit to the Void Prison. Yeah, level 16 talents are available. They want to get the kill on Genji, but I don't think they can. Well, maybe. There's the Judgment. And that should be it for Genji. Genji is dead. And that's a 5 versus 4 with level 16 talents now being available. That also concludes the Void/build for now. We got the 16 talent for Zeratul, so that is definitely going to increase his damage output in those AoE fights. And since we have a single altar on the map, very likely PEZ is going to lock that in and take the lead on core points, since Genji is down for another 20 seconds and the altars are already spawning in 5. Bell tower damage, that's a different question though. Can they damage that as well? Try. But here we are again. Not yet. How deep can they go with this? Shots are fired, so yeah, that was an easy one. 28 to 24. But they don't get any damage on the bell tower. Brightwing is at the top. The Haka is there as well. They're consistently on that side lane. And Brightwing has been losing this slowly and steadily, but still the wall is intact, so it's not too much of a loss. They are going for... That's a kill. They are going for an Uber against the kill. He gets the cocoon out, tries to save himself. But there was nobody to assist him. Anduin was nobody to be seen to pull him out of the fight. And that is another kill against the red team and an opening in the mid lane that allows them to get structural damage done. Tyrael, of course, a huge threat right now. If they poke out too far, then he can Judgment and allow them to maybe even get a follow-up on the Nubera kill. But yeah, not yet. So boss completely ignored. Team is down at the bottom of the map going for the pumpkins, and Zeratul gets hit, but he's still fine. Pumpkin Camp, on the other hand, gets claimed by Team PEZ. Yeah, alright. Zeratul goes down again, G at the top, so eventually falls. That's an additional kill for ACA that brings him in the lead again. But the bot lane, that's a different question. Now, first of all, we have those pumpkins connect with the bell tower, and now they can maybe even take the entire thing with the minion wave still in play, and Lunara just chunking it down just as the triple altar phase is about to spawn. They are getting the bottom lane conversion. Can they get out of the fight, though? That's the other question. Oh, they want to go for the counter kill, and nearly got it too. Anduin was able to help them out here. BBJ on the run, but Brightwing likely going to fall now. Brightwing dead, no counter kill. Triple altar faces up. Genji is moving in again. They want Lunara, and they get Lunara. Nice. Okay, so... At this point, we have a pretty interesting spot in the game, because on the one hand, we have 5 to 3 bell towers in favor of Team PEZ, but on the other hand, they're losing every single hero here. They lost Lunara, they lost Brightwing, they lost Jojo, 28 to 24 points. Big lead now in experience and also potentially in points on the core, as one altar after another is being channeled. But it's only 3 shots per altar, so that's the downside. June gets interrupted as he's trying to take this one. We got at the top left, another quick hit, and Porky with 80 hit points is able to make it out of the battle and didn't die here, so at least that's something. But they lose every single one of the altars. That's 3 in total, 9 shots against the blue team. This could have been so much worse if not for that bell tower conversion at the bottom of the map. So that's the saving grace in that situation for Team PEZ. But obviously, this was a massive step for the Anti-Clown Association to put a point onto the scoreboard and get a little bit closer to maybe, just maybe, start the reverse sweep against the blue team in this loser bracket final. 7 kills, 2-3 up at the top. Yep, Porky, he's trying for the camp again. The Haka has already sniffed it out, but this time there are a few heroes for the blue team that are so close that I don't think the Haka is going to have a chance. And not even, yeah, he's not even going to try. Alright, we're back after that little hiccup. Blizzard, as usual. This is the second time actually in 10 days, I want to say, that the game crashed. And, well, we are back to business now, but the situation hasn't really changed. The interesting part is that PEZ is sneaking the boss while the red team is instead going for the bot lane bell tower. But up here at the top, look at that, the quick kill. Damn, this has escalated quickly. From a game crash to a bell tower conversion at the top right and the bottom left, a 4 versus 4 situation as it stands now. And on top of this, level 20 talents on both sides and the boss taken. Wow. So within a few seconds after that crash, maybe it was just too much action for the game. We are now in a completely different environment. Blessed Shield comes out. Team PEZ is trying to snowball this again. Guys, it's a 5 versus 4 and they're forcing the fight around the Void Prison. And what? June gets away. Junkrat died, but June was able to get away. Porky is low and moving out. Oh my god, this is getting nasty. Anu gets finally caught by Tyrael, who can of course use his level 20 to hunt him down from a distance now. 6 kills to 7 as PEZ is catching up on the kill count. Genji is dead too. Vince moves out and holy macaroni, what the hell did just happen? 7 kills to 7 and there's a double altar on the map. They're going for it immediately and they will take now a pretty significant lead on the core points too. That was bonkers, damn son. Down to 16 and they will lose more. The question is how many more points are they going to lose? They're retaking the top lane, or they're at least trying to, so I guess 5 points are going to be removed. I don't think that Zeratul has any... No, he's not going to get this one. Not quickly enough. So yeah, Jojo is starting the channel and started it a little bit late. So are they maybe getting that in time? Nah, they're not, are they now? No, 5 shots fired. They're down to 11 points on the core now. And the mid lane is also getting converted. They're also, of course, going to take this one down at the bottom of the map. So there's a lot of catching up to do for ACA. But damn, things didn't look bad for the red team at all. It actually looked pretty solid. They got 3 of the altars at the second triple altar phase. Had retaken also their bell tower, moved to the bot lane, but then they lose the boss, they lose one of their heroes, they drop the top lane bell tower, and the entire game just gets turned on his head as Zeratul drops the Void Prison onto them and forces the fight in a 5 versus 4 situation that ACA just could not sustain themselves through. They were just about to save Anduin, for example, but then Tyrael moves in and gets a kill. Junkrat dies as well, and here it's a total disaster. PEZ has taken over map control completely, and what looked like the potential start of a comeback in this best of 5 series is now a fight for survival. ACA, they gotta stop clowning around and really buckle down, get a teamfight victory, and then regain map control, because as it stands, this could be a rude awakening for them. A 3-0 victory for Team PEZ would be kinda insane. I mean, again, it was a hard-fought battle in the winner bracket semi-final when the two teams met for the first time. Back then, a 2-1 victory for Team PEZ, and ACA came into this loser bracket match with the, I mean, again, the intention of just turning this around and getting revenge for that loss in the winner bracket. But right now, PEZ is inching closer and closer to a potential victory here, which would then result in them having a rematch against Diamond Hands in the grand final to decide who gets second seed for North America and a spot at the main event in Miami. Altars up on the map, it's a single altar for now, and the channel is happening. BBJ gets it. So that's another 5 shots fired, which means single digits on the core for the Anti-Clown Association. 6 points left. The fight continues. They can't lose heroes here. They want to go for the kill and they get it. BBJ is dead. BBJ is down. Trashwing got eliminated. And maybe that's the beginning of the comeback. They need to regain bell tower control and they're going to try for that. Zeratul is dead too. Nice. And now it's a kill on Tyrael, isn't it? He tries to jump out, jukes them a little bit, but he falls eventually. Tyrael is gone. And that is in total 3 kills for the red team. Here we are. That's an opportunity. They're going to try and take the bell tower on the left side, which means that they can get... I mean, they're trying for 2, by the way. So they're trying for the one down here. They're trying for the one on the left side. If they claim this one first, then they're going to have an easy time to reclaim the one on the right. But, yep, let's see how much they can actually do right now. They need to gain momentum. It's all about late game momentum when you're playing on Towers of Doom. Bot lane control more important than control on any other lane, since you have pumpkins moving through the map here. So they can already steal this camp away, which they are more or less trying to do. Up at the top though, we got Team PEZ with the 2 remaining heroes, converting one of the bell towers over 2. So they haven't given up on this by any means. Bot lane is of course going to be reclaimed now as well, but the pumpkins are moving in. It's a double altar phase. And, I mean, I don't really think that the blue team can end it. Technically, there's a lot of tools on the map where you could try and make it happen. There's 2 altars and there's a boss. So there's a lot of shots to go around, in total 12. So they have more than enough to finish the game. But especially for ACA, it's a little bit in a pickle here. They gotta decide whether or not they want to make a commitment to the boss, for example, too. For now, they're just happy to get their own altar on the right side. But the problem is that Porky is channeling the left. He gets interrupted again. The attacks are happening as Tyrael already went in with his own ult. There's the X-Try Genji moving out, but they lost a lot of hit points here. And Brightwing during all of this was still sitting tight at the bot lane. Now the shots get fired. That's 4 points off the opponent's score. Down to 2 points against 15. And the boss is up as well and could be taken if one of the teams gets a few kills in. So, yes, Brightwing joining the fun and taking Junkrat down. Another hit. Oh, Porky. Zeratul. So close to getting them another kill. They're already at the boss at the top. They know there's a good chance that Team PEZ is going to try and end the game here. So they're trying to trap them a bit. Pumpkins moving down to the bot lane. And in a 5 versus 4, the move towards the top is slowly happening. This is such a problem for ACA. It's going to be tough. They somehow need to win this one. They need to prevent the boss from being taken, or the game is over. And Zeratul is already starting to chunk them down. They're going for the move. And they're trying with the VP to force the fight. Light bomb being used by Genji. A bit of a counterplay too. But here's the aggression from Tyrael. The damage is in. The stun didn't connect. Nice. They try to turn it, but a Nubarak is down despite the cocoon. That's the kill. Can they get more? They want another one, but Godfilth is dashing out with Genji. It's a 5 versus 3 though. Junkrat back in 4 seconds, and this should still be a game. They have to try to re-engage here, but it's nearly impossible. Godfilth gets immediately polymorphed. He moves in. Desperate attempt to stall this out. There's the judgment and the kill against Anduin. The crybaby is down, and so is Genji. And this is game. Nicely done. A 3-0 victory for Team PEZ as they take down ACA, the Anti-Clown Association, out of the second qualifier for North America. And Team PEZ moves on to the grand final to face off against Diamond Hands once again and try to get their ticket to Miami. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.